Welcome back. Now, Amir, let's talk a little bit about these beautiful instruments that you have here. Can you go through some of the different kinds of instruments used in Persian music for us?
Sure. This is called the daf, the frame drum. Natural skin. The wood is made out of the wine trees because they're light. And you have these jingles. So it's played. You may be wondering, what are these paintings? This is the angel. They try to draw an angel that brings the news from heavens to mankind, to human beings, and through music. The name of my ensemble is Sorush, and Sorush actually means the voice of heaven. So that's why I particularly like that. These two others, you see the picture of an old man. In our tradition, unlike United States, that usually if you're old, you're basically finished, we have a lot of respect for old people because we think they have wisdom, knowledge, etc., etc. So this is a traditional face of a wise man, a Sufi maybe. The poetry says, سالها پیروی از مذهب رندان کردم. For years I have followed the religion of the wise. So, and they all have very interesting poetry on them. These are Persian poetry with Persian calligraphy.
Oh, I see.
Just another imaginary face of a Sufi. No one in particular. It's just a painter. So if you want, I can walk you.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of these string instruments.
Here in this section you have the lutes. In English we call them lutes, anything with a box, sound box, and the neck and all that. Quickly, this is a Persian instrument called setar. Tar means string and se means 3, so refers to the number of a string. You play this only with one finger, your index finger. This way. So this instrument is about 1,000 years old.
This particular one?
This is modeled after that, but this instrument was created a little over 1,000 years old. This is mother of practically all long lute necks, including the guitar, incidentally. And is, like I say, it's about 5,000 years old. This is the lute I was talking earlier that went to China from the old Persian Empire through the Silk Road. This instrument is played with the 10 fingers of both hands. Now, talking about the story, if you look at the the side of this instrument, what does that remind you of?
Oh, person's head.
Exactly. So we believe that many, many years ago, God knows, 10,000 years ago, maybe more, maybe less, somebody was walking and saw a skeleton of a head of a human being, and there was a web of what do you call it? A spider web. So, and as the wind was blowing, it was fluctuating and vibrating, so that made a sound. And this is how it started. So he took the head and little by little, then he put string, and finally, so this is modeled after a head of a human being.
What are those made out of, the flutes?
These are truly bamboo reed flutes. These are bamboos. We call them reed flutes. In Persian, they are called ney, N-E-Y. And again, the belief is once upon a time, many, many years, it was broken on the floor and the wind was blowing in the right angle, because you have to blow into this in 1/3 of the diameter to get a sound. Normally, look, there is no sound coming, there is no mouthpiece, nothing. It's a very difficult instrument, usually takes about 6 months to a year just to get the sound. That's why there are very few ney players in the world, because it's a hard instrument. But the sound is very nice and fuzzy. Now they talk about this instrument, the sound of ney from the ancient times, that it has a healing power. They don't say that about the lutes, about the violin, about the drums, but they say not even other wind instrument, but only the ney. From almost 4,000 years ago, we believe that the sound of this has healing property, into it. So every sound has its own effect on people.
Amir, thank you so much for showing us all these instruments.
My pleasure.
I feel like I've learned quite a lot. Now, would you be willing to teach me a little something?
Of course.
Just something simple.
Sure, it would be my pleasure. Sure, you're welcome.
And if you're interested in learning more about Amir and his Tanbor Institute, you can visit their website at www.tanbor.org.
Thank you so much.
So shall we?
Sure. You want to play one more time?
Yes.
Okay. So start nice and slowly. Put your thumb on the edge. Do. Again. So now go mostly with do and take the right hand like this.